His last 4 games averaging 14 points a game for Ohio. 2-7 Western Michigan, 6-5 Ohio. We're underway tonight here at the Convocation Center. So quick look inside now for Hadaway, spinning, trying to go to the left and goes back to the right with the opposite hand, the right hand, and puts Ohio on the board first.
Little hook there, double didn't come.
Western Michigan quickly back up the other way, and the Broncos are able to level the game at a bucket apiece. And Ohio with the basketball as Kelly controls. Quick feed to Simmons, who glides in. Off-balance runner crawls over the side, and then Ohio has the lead. But they did split last season. Western won in Kalamazoo, 82-73. Backing his way inside, turning is Max Burton and tying the game. Play back in, Ohio with the basketball. Simmons turns his back, thinks there's going to be a double team, finds Pavlitsky open out high, and he splashes home. A good look at the three. Declan Peterson into the game for Western Michigan. Jump shot blocked on the wing as Aiden Hadaway soared into the air and rejected the shot by Brady Swartz, and it went off of Western and out of bounds. Hadaway to the baseline. Trying to muscle his way in, turns and flips up the left-handed fall away. Aiden Hadaway gives Ohio a 10-4 lead. 5'10 junior guard out of Chicago. He'll step back and arch a three and splash it home for Western Michigan. Jalen Griffith, his 34th made three of the season.
Looking for a foul call, and Simmons draws a lot of fouls when he's on the offensive end.
Inside now, Peterson with the basketball. Working on Hadaway, turns, floats up a jump hook that falls over the front of the rim and in. After Ohio had gone up by 6. A Sheldon three is airborne and good. A.J. Sheldon, his 41st. A little over 5 minutes into the game. Pavlitsky at the elbow. Knocks down the jump shot. Jackson Pavlitsky. Out high Griffith. Nice curl to the free throw line. Nice lob inside and a nice catch and a good basket by Declan Peterson.
Yeah, they don't turn you over. If they're not boarding well, there's not much happening.
Good feed to the wing for the three. That's airborne and good by Justice Williams.
Light on fouls, light on stoppages.
Simmons rolls down the lane on the nice feed from Pavlitsky and scores off the glass. Western Michigan 50%. As a team, Western is 10th in the league at 44%. Ohio is 6th at 46%.
See the confidence growing for Kewanee. Ohio not a ton of offense on the floor right now, just trying to get to this under 12 timeout.
Burris, the open corner three, and it rattles home for Jesse Burris. Head coach Dwayne Stevens says after that he kind of started to feel sorry for the young man because teams started to take more notice of him and started to defend him differently. And a shot clock violation, speaking of being defended. Ohio with the basketball at a 4-point lead. Breath finds Kewanee on the wing, and he knocks down the jump shot. It's a three. Kier Kewanee splashes home his 7th.
Good spot to find Kewanee, though, by the big man Breath.
Halfway through the first 20 minutes of play, Dior Connors is into the game for Ohio, and just like that is on the scorebook as he splashes home a 3-point shot. Out high Burris. Connors way in the air to yank down the offensive miss. Nice feed to Kewanee, who flushes it home with some authority. We talked about offensive rebounding a moment ago and how big that is. And you see the nice look from Dior Connors to the oncoming Kewanee. And when you control the offensive glass, you can do things. Nice bounce pass over to the posted-up Simmons. 24 points, 13 rebounds at Buffalo. Nice look out high for the open Connors three, and he knocks it down easily. Right back inside for Simmons. Nice spin inside. The head and shoulders fake. Count it and a foul. Javen Simmons got the defender into the air, turned and scored, and he'll go to the line. Ohio 12-11, 6-5 in the Mid-American Conference. Western Michigan 8-13, and the Broncos are 2-7. A distance three off the mark by Lewis, but the ball stays on the Broncos side of the floor. The floater back iron no on the wing as missed by Western Michigan, and back comes Ohio, and they stop and catch. A.J. Sheldon three is good. Good kick to the wing. Kelly, nice head and shoulders fake on Brewer, stops and misses the jumper. Breath the offensive rebound. Ohio will reset as Sheldon steps back and off balance knocks down the three. Williams on the wing. His three off the mark. Breath doing a nice job of just tipping the ball into the hands of his teammate Kewanee. Nice catch by Sheldon. Ahead to Kelly, who reverses and scores. But one of the things that Jeff Bowles was so happy about was the way his team started the game in Buffalo. Nice catch inside by Peterson, who scores off the glass.
Brewer playing virtually no minutes after the first 5.
Three on the way and good as a nice job by Jalen Griffith of 7 seconds left in the half. Down the lane goes Pavleski, right to the bucket and scores. Wasted little time going from one end to the other and scoring, and that will do it for half number one. And Ohio goes to the locker room with a 16-point lead.
They were outplayed from the free throw line and from the field. Ohio's J.J. Kelly and Aiden Hadaway controlled the glass, and the team is over 50% from the fields.
As we start half number two, a minute in, Bobcats have opened the lead to 19. Down the lead, running inside and finishing nicely is Jaden Brewer. Good-looking player, Brewer. Bobcats losing that one 73-63. Western has lost the last 8 times they have visited the Convocation Center. Brewer with the floater that falls in. Sheldon, corner three, off the mark. Simmons the rebound for Ohio. Nice look inside for the posted up Kelly, who scores off the glass. J.J. Kelly with 8 points. Mike Griffith steps back and knocks down the three, then turns and has a little conversation with A.J. Sheldon as he goes back down the floor. 53-36, Ohio's lead at 17. And again, averaging 13 and a half coming in, has a dozen tonight. Here's a turnover. Ohio with the basketball, or with the turnover, and gliding in and scoring.
I have no doubt he can be. He's fun. He would be fun in like an NBA Jam situation.
Hadaway just goes right to the block with 2 defenders, reverses and scores.
Again, Ohio's stars weren't really stressed in the first half. I think now you're going to have to see him lean back into Simmons, lean back into Hadaway on the offensive end.
The rolling Peterson goes to Brewer. Hadaway cuts him off. He leans in, and Brewer scores. Lead at 15 for Ohio as we go under the 16-minute mark. Much like in the first half when we played almost 7 minutes without a whistle, the second half is going without any stoppage in action. Down the lane, Griffith. The floater falls over the front and in. Foul on J.J. Kelly. Between the two would be a non-conference game played before the conference schedule starts as the jumper rattles around and rolls in by Justice Williams. Bobcats by 15, 12-20 to play here tonight at the Convocation Center. Kelly squares on the wing, launches and scores. J.J. Kelly with another big night. 13 points for the freshman sensation out of Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Bobcats on the inbound. Here's Hadaway leaning in and using the right hand and scoring. Out of Lafayette, Georgia. Happy wife, happy life. We know that all. We all know that. Play back in. Here's Brewer running down the lane and getting the floater to go. He and Griffith have combined for 32 of the 48 that the Broncos have scored tonight. Pavleski inside a wide open Simmons, and he throws it down with authority. How much of a difference it makes overall. Here's Simmons again, wide open inside. A couple of ball fakes, and again finishes easily off the glass. But certainly would have tightened this thing up a little bit.
Yep, I've not seen much out of Justice Williams tonight, let's be honest.
Nice spin move inside now by Burton, and he leans in on Simmons and scores. He played in last season when the Broncos went 12-20. They got to the MAC tournament last year.
Yeah, right on the ragged edge.
Finished the game behind Ohio in the standings. Here's Simmons leaning in, counted and a foul, and a flex afterwards as well. Simmons a 66% shooter at the line. There's see Simmons again, just muscling. I was showing a little zone this trip down against this Western Michigan offense. Biz on the wing scores. Hadaway backing his way inside as the shot clock works its way down. He turns, and the short jumper is airborne and good. Nicely done by Hadaway. In Indiana's Don Fisher, 2 of the longer tenured play-by-play guys in the country. Here's an air ball on the wing by Ohio's Connor. Shot clock does not reset as Pavleski hoists up an air ball, caught my breath, and he is fouled. And then just 2 weeks ago, called their undefeated football national championship. To say he's been behind the mic for a while is a vast understatement. Turning and scoring is Brewer. Right now, Ohio, as we mentioned, in 5th place in the league, a half game behind 6-4 Toledo. Here's Burris catching on the wing from Sheldon and scoring. That was where a little bit of the confusion started in when the officials were trying to get everything set. They initially had said no on the bucket, then reversed and double-checked.
Obviously, you have fewer games to schedule, so fewer opportunities to get big games at home, but also maybe fewer opportunities to see non-D1 stuff, which is what the league management hates, and they're right about it.
Burton posted up inside on Simmons, tries to back him to the block. Javen holds his ground. On the wing for the Viss three, and he knocks it down. Carson Viss off the bench with a nice game tonight. Griffith finds his way free to the wing. The three is up and good. Minute to play here in Athens. Ohio with a 15-point lead in the basketball. Sheldon steps back on the wing, launches, and scores by the final of 91-71. Ohio with the victory. The Bobcats go to 7-5 in the Mid-American Conference and pick up their 13th win of the season.